look, Liverpool have obviously started the league incredibly well. I feel like you're saying no because you think either Liverpool or maybe Arsenal could go and win this league and get 90-plus points. And you don't think you're capable of getting 90-plus points? I think Liverpool have
blown everyone out of the water.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Do you know, I saw something, and I think this will be joyful for you to hear. You know, if you believe that the promised land, the land of milk and honey with regard to winning the league, is 90 points. Do you agree that that's kind of the pursuit?
That's the
90?
90 gets you...
Anything in excess of 90?
Anything in excess of 90, you won the league. You should, anyway.
Okay, so for Liverpool to hit 90, they are, from this position, allowed to drop 17 points from here to win the league. It's a lot, right?
Is that right?
17 points.
It seems wrong.
Do you know how many points Arsenal are allowed to drop from this point on to win the league?
Go on.
6.
Nah, it can't be.
No,
right.
8. And Man City 6. No, the other way around. Arsenal was right. Arsenal are allowed to drop 6. No, Arsenal are allowed to drop 8 points from here on in.
6.
And Man City are allowed to drop 6 points from
here
on in.
Liverpool are allowed to drop 17.
And Liverpool are allowed to drop 17.
Won the league.
Yeah, because all Liverpool really have to do is match the results of Chelsea or Arsenal, whoever Liverpool fans and management and, you know, on a slot decide is the major challenger. Whoever you decide that is. If Chelsea drop points, which will happen, that means Liverpool can drop points.
You know the thing, and let's talk about Liverpool. They've got Fulham next, and look, Fulham, I think we saw against Arsenal, no walkover. I think away from home it's different than at Craven Cottage, but I think the Liverpool thing, and I think the reason I think Liverpool could win it as opposed to Chelsea is almost everything you said about Chelsea that's wrong. I would flank and say everything's right at Liverpool. Goalkeeper, whether it be Alisson or Kelleher. But it's the experience in the squad that you don't have. Yeah. Like, I look at Liverpool and I think, okay, I can see winners and leaders in that squad. Like, you know, obviously Van Dijk's the big one, but Robertson's the captain of Scotland. You've got Salah up there as well. Like, people that have won it. They've all won the league, those lot that I've just mentioned. Yeah. And we've got the legs now. We've got the youth as well.
It's a great blend.
It's a great blend.
Van Dijk and Salah, they're there to make sure that the standards of Liverpool Football Club exactly,
do not drop.
And everybody around must elevate their standards to that.
Yeah.
And then you've got the young, fresh blood who are hungry. You've also blended it nicely with the likes of Curtis Jones and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who are Scouse. Like, I think that there's a good blend at Liverpool, and obviously at Chelsea it's newer, and that's why I just don't think that we're capable. And when you think about what's going on at Liverpool, that's another reason. So, you know, when you go, can Chelsea win it? Are Chelsea in a title race? If Liverpool didn't exist, you go, yeah, of course. Because then it's like, it's there for anybody. But Liverpool are so far clear. Like, I found it ridiculous. You know, fairly recently, when Liverpool...
so far clear.
You're so far clear. Do you know what I thought was ridiculous?
You know, mind games.
No, I'm not. Mate, I'm not trying to angle you.
Mate, we're 4 points clear of a game in hand. 7 points ain't so far clear. 7 points ain't so far clear. It's not. I'm not having 7. No, but don't do this.
No, but it's not. It's not only that.
You're going to bottle it if you lose it from here.
No, but it's the level of performance as well, isn't it? It's in the space of 3 days beating Real Madrid and Manchester City.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was really weird. You know, when you drew at St James's Park, like a really good game.
Yeah.
The way that I would see that, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd look at that and go, it's a good point away from home. Off the back of a very trying week, off the back of the games coming thick and fast, playing
not when you concede in the 90th minute.
Yeah, but you were losing the game as well, away from home.
True.
Like, under the lights at St James's Park isn't an easy game. You're not going to win every game.
No.
But the way that was positioned, and everybody went, title race back on, Liverpool have dropped points. The other thing is, you know what I think really played into your hands?
Everton.
Yeah. Again, everybody seemed to say that was unfortunate for Liverpool. Liverpool needed to get back to winning ways. I think it did them the world of good. By the time you play Everton,
yeah, it all calms down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you were going to be missing Alexis McAllister from that game. Yeah. He will presumably be available.
We're going to miss Alisson.
Yeah,
potentially Jota's now back for that game as well. Yeah.
Also, Everton were off the back of a 4-0 win, and you just dropped points. And also, your fixtures.
Don't do this. I know what you're doing here. I know what you're doing.
All I'm saying is, if you don't win the league from this point, it's not about. If you don't win the league from this point, it will have to go down as comparable to Arsenal bottling it 2 seasons ago.
Okay, let's talk about Arsenal very quickly. They do play Everton. Again, Everton are coming into this game off the back of that 4-0 win against Wolves, which was incredible, to be honest with you. What would you make of this one? And by the way, I think this is fantastic that both clubs are going to be paying tribute to Kevin Campbell.
That's nice.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. That's really nice.
Gentleman of the game. Great player as well.
Incredible guy. Honestly, incredible guy. But Arsenal versus Everton, you can only see one winner in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it can only. You kind
of went silent.
No, the reason I went silent is because I felt like the question when you said it, you can only see one winner in this game. I was like, yeah, I mean, it has to be Arsenal. Arsenal have now got themselves into a situation where if they are to launch a serious and sustained bid to win the Premier League title, they basically have to do from now what they did in January last year.
Yeah.
In January last year, didn't they win something like 17 out of 19?
Went on a crazy run.
They need to do that starting it a month earlier.
What are they missing, Arsenal? I mean, I speak to a lot of Arsenal fans and obviously look very happy with Saka. I mean, Havertz, obviously they want a bit more, but if this production continues, he'll probably get around 20 goals by the end of the season. That left side seems to still be a bit of a problem.
Martinelli's off form, and I would actually... I think that you've moved away from the Havertz conversation way too early. I think Havertz is a problem.
A problem?
Yeah, big problem. Massive problem.
You see, this is you and your Chelsea thing.
I don't like Havertz.
You're still remembering it. There you go, you just said it.
You
just said it.
No,
What you just said. That's what you just said.
The reason I'm saying I don't like him and putting my cards on the table is so that nobody can kind of infer that I don't like him. I'm letting people know. No, I don't like him and I don't rate him. But that doesn't mean that my point is wrong. That doesn't mean my point is invalid just because I don't rate him. I don't want Arsenal to win the league, but that doesn't mean that I don't... I think that Bukayo Saka is a majestic footballer. I think Declan Rice is a gladiatorial midfielder. I think that William Saliba is arguably the best centre-half in the league. I think that Ben White last season was the best player at Arsenal, one of the best players in the league. I don't have to like footballers to say that I think they're good or not. And equally, players that I dislike, I can say are good.
10 goals in all competitions so far this season for Havertz.
It's not about that, Addy.
What's it about then? He's a forward. He gets goals. What are we doing here?
Because you're going into a statistic-based approach to football, which is very weird from you. Because we both know that statistics are
No, but the one stat I do like is goals. Yeah, I'm not talking forward passes
you've seen him play football.
And XG.
But you've seen him play football. You know what he's like. You know what he's capable of doing.
So you're telling me, by the way, obviously you could still say Martinelli and Trossard are problems, but I'm saying to you that the bigger problem is that left side, not Havertz.
I believe that no team wins the league with Havertz as their main number 9. I think he's too lightweight. I think he is problematic to the way that Arsenal want to play. He's not cutthroat in front of goal. I think he's a slightly cowardly footballer. He doesn't put his neck on the line, and ultimately he will cost Arsenal the league unless they do something drastic in January and try and sign somebody. That isn't to say that I don't think somebody who will ruthlessly stick the ball in the back of the net. Kai Havertz will score somewhere between 10 and 15 goals in all competitions this season. That's not a number 9 that they need. The player that they needed Gabriel Jesus to be good, and the player that they thought he was when they signed him. Kai Havertz wasn't even bought to be a number 9, a false 9. He was bought to be a central midfielder to replace Granit Xhaka.
He has played in that position very, very quickly here. What's happened to Sterling there?
I mean, Sterling...
he's not been even given a look in, has he?
I can't believe it.
Nothing.
I thought it was actually quite an intelligent signing from us.
I think we all did. I think everyone did.
Lots didn't. In fairness, this is one where I hold my hands up and think and admit that I got it wrong, because a lot of my friends, both Chelsea and Arsenal, were totally perplexed by it. I thought it was weird. But I thought that Raheem Sterling would just give them that element of nous and know-how.
Considering what the output's been from Martinelli and Trossard, you thought that surely Sterling gets a look in on the left, surely.
I mean, Martinelli's been woeful. You know, in that game against Fulham, he's just woeful. And the thing is,
I think Paul Merson went into him too much, didn't he? Criminal. That's criminal. He's offside by about an inch.
No, but that's unacceptable.
Here we go.
Paul Merson there is, as he often is. I feel like Paul Merson doesn't get the credit that he deserves as a pundit. I think he's brilliant. He's one of my favourite people to listen to.
Of course he is, because he's a Chelsea fan. Right, still 4 more Premier League games to preview on Facebook this Friday.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.